Everybody, Henry Becker here with Becker Advisory Services. I was thinking this morning, this is going to be the first video in what will be many, many down the road. And I was thinking, what do I want to kick off my YouTube channel with? What video should I do? What would be a good topic? And I was thinking about this, bear with me, in the shower. And as I look down and see the bubbles going down the drain, I thought, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the word bubble as it relates to investments. We've heard it a lot lately in regard to a couple of things: bonds, precious metals. Some people are even calling it, a bubble in technology stocks and so forth. So the first thing I did this morning was look at investorwords.com, typed in bubble, and what does it say? I'll paraphrase, but what it says is, the rapid increase in, it says equities, but it really could be anything. The rapid increase in equities that's unfounded. Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, that's a reasonable definition, an unfounded rise in the value of X, whatever it is. So then I thought, well, everybody, almost on a daily basis, I'm seeing something about gold and silver being in a bubble. I don't agree. It's very hard for me to agree. I can't foretell the future. I don't know that, gold and silver doesn't crash tomorrow. I don't know that. But what I can look at is what has been driving gold and silver up, and has that changed? What's driving gold and silver? First thing is the printing of money around the planet. The more the dollar drives into the ground, meaning the more money the Fed prints, the cheaper or the less the U.S. dollar is worth. And since all the other currencies, all the other major currencies around the world are pegged to the dollar for the most part, and they're all in the same position as we are, with struggling economies trying to export more, it's a race to the bottom. All these currencies are trying to devalue at the same time, which increases the value of what are considered stores of money or stores of value, which silver and gold have been. They've been money for thousands of years. That's no different now. The other thing, too, to look at is deficits, right? I mean, you have, in the United States and many other countries, you have significant deficits, which really puts the stability of those economies and the currencies underlying those economies into question. And then you also have production. There's only so much gold and silver in the earth, and it's looking more and more like that production has dropped in gold and silver, which means it's getting harder to find. And if it's getting harder to find and demand is increasing, you're going to see prices go up. The other thing, too, with silver in particular, it's well publicized now since the fall, well, we'll call it the late fall or end of 2010, that JP Morgan, HSBC Bank, and a few others have been, quote-unquote, manipulating the silver market. They've been short silver for some time. I mean, it's suspected that JP Morgan adopted a lot of their short position in silver from Bear Stearns when it failed. That Bear Stearns had it, and that this is the suspicion, that Bear Stearns had these short positions, and the government forced JP Morgan, when it took over Bear Stearns, to take on this huge short position. And it is not a coincidence to see in the last 6 months silver take off. And also in that last 6 months, these big banks have been unwinding their short position, right? When you unwind a short position, that means you buy. So if there's still 30,000 contracts out there on tens of millions of ounces of silver, then that means if they're going to unwind those positions and silver keeps going up and they have to unwind their short positions, that's going to push silver even higher. That's just silver. And again, and that's a side note. The real big drivers are production, fiat currency reductions in value, and so forth. So the point here is you got to be careful what you consider to be a bubble, what you call a bubble, and in particular are the metals in a bubble right now. And my opinion personally is it's hard to imagine. It's very hard to imagine that it's a bubble. That doesn't mean we won't see in the next month, 6 months, or 3 months the value of gold fluctuate, maybe even go down. You might see a 10-15% drop in. But 3-5 years from now, it's likely that gold and silver will be higher than it is today, because I don't see the U.S. government taking the hard road unless I mean, it's going to be forced to take the hard route at some point because you can't run the deficits that we have and continue pounding the dollar into the ground. So as that continues on, silver and gold will just become that much more valuable because the money in your pocket will be that much less valuable. So this is the first of hopefully many more videos, hopefully enlightening videos or educational videos that I'm going to put out on the YouTube channel. So hope you enjoyed it and look forward to more videos to come.